In this video, we are going to see how we can enter all the inventory items along with their opening balances. As we can see in this project that we have entered all the ledgers, but we haven't entered the inventory stock details. Why? Because when we enter the individual items along with their opening balances, this balance should automatically update. So this is a control account which is automatically updated once the inventory individual details along with the balances are updated. So let's see how we can do this in Tele Prime. First of all, from the gateway of Tele, if you want to enter the multiple masters, we can go to the chart of accounts, but in the chart of accounts, we will go to the stock items. Go to the stock items and select multi masters on the right and select multi create. This will show you the screen where on a single screen you can enter all the inventory items along with their balances and all details. Now at this point, we are supposing that inventory opening balances is only of the raw materials and not the finished goods. Let's say that before closing of a year, the company policy is to sell off or dispose of all the finished goods. And this is an ideal scenario, but we are supposing that we only have the raw materials as an opening balance. So this is all the balance details. But for that, since this is all raw materials, we need to create it under the group of raw materials. Group is not created, but don't worry. Even if you are in the multiple stock item creation mode, you can still directly create a group from here by just pressing the alternate C key. And from here, just mention that these are all raw materials. Press Ctrl A and now let's start entering the items. First item is cloth A. It goes under the raw materials. Unit is not defined. We need to create it. Alternate C. Now there are two types of unit that can be configured. One is simple. That means you simply have a simple unit of measure like meter, like kg. But if you want to define the smaller unit proportion according to the bigger unit, like 1 kg contain 1000 grams, something like that, then you can go and create compound as well. But in this project, we will create simple. I'll explain you compound later on. Simple. The unit of measure is not mentioned here. It's mentioned here in the bill of material section. So cloth unit of measure is meter. Symbol is M, the formal name is meter, and I'll just keep the decimal places to 0, or since the meter is also in the decimal places as well, you can define 2 here. Press Ctrl A. The opening quantity is 8000 units. Rate is 100, and this makes the total to 800,000. Go on the next line. Next item is cloth B. It goes under raw materials. Unit is meter. Total number of units or measurement is 7000 meters. Rate is 150. And this makes the total to 1,050,000. Hit enter. Next one we have is Bukram. Goes under raw materials. And Bukram unit of measure is also meter. Total 15,000 units are there, and the cost for each is 10 per meter. This makes the total to 150,000. Next one we have is thread. It goes under raw materials, and the unit of measure for this is cone. Thread is in cone. I'll just hit alternate C, and C is the symbol. Formal name is cone. Press Ctrl A. 10,000 units. Rate is 10, and this makes the total to 100,000. Press enter. Next one we have is zips. Unit of measure is each, as you can see here. Alternate C. Symbol is E, formal name is each, and the decimal places, I'll keep it to 0. Control A. 7,500. cost is 15, and the total is 112,500. Hit enter, enter. Next is button shirts. Copy and paste that. Unit is 30,000 units. Goes under E. Button shirts unit of my year is each, right? So it's 30,000. Cost is 1, and the total amount is 30,000. Go on the next line. Next one we have is button pens. Goes under raw material. Unit of my year is each, and 5,000 units. Rate is 5, and this makes the total to 25,000. So altogether we have this inventory along with the opening balances. The totals are not mentioned here, but we have to confirm individually before finally saving it. 800,000, 10, 50,000, 150,000, 100,000, 112,500, 30,000 and 25,000. So all that, press Ctrl A, and this is how we can enter all the stock details. Now let's go back, and finally before continuing, from the gateway of Tele, just go to display more reports and click on the trial balance in order to see this. Let's enter the details, alternate F1 to see the details, and the opening stock is shown at 2267,500. All set. But we can see that still there is difference in opening balance. Why? This is of 4,400,000. You might have remembered that when we were entering all the ledgers, we deleted the cash ledger just because the cash was already there, and then we forgot to enter the cash balance. So no worries, we just need to go back. From the gateway of Tele, we'll go to the masters and click on create. I need to create a new ledger. So select ledger. The name of the ledger is cash. It goes under cash in hand, and the balance we will mention is 4,400,000 as a debit, and Ctrl A to save. Let's go back to the gateway of Tele, click on display more reports and go to the trial balance. And now if we expand this, we don't have any discrepancy or balance difference here. The only thing we need to confirm just before moving forward is whether the debits and credits are showing exactly the same position as we have in our project. So 24617,500 on the debit and credit side exactly matches this one, and this is how you can enter the inventory details along with the opening balances in Tele Prime and reconcile the final opening trial balance. So just try this by yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.